Welcome everybody and say hello to Chaps. Chaps is your new AI assistant. For myself, a busy person, my biggest struggle in life with working out has always been the fact that things come up. And so I have a hard time adhering to a schedule. I have a lot of friends who are able to go to the gym on a set schedule and they do the same thing over and over. But that's not the case for me. I have people call me up and say, hey, let's go play some tennis. Or maybe one day I got to pick up the kids instead of doing my gym time. And so I always have these things that pop up out of nowhere. And in addition to that, I'm not the type of person that likes to go and do the same thing over and over. And I thought to myself, how can I work with this with AI to help me adjust my schedule, adjust my workouts so I don't have to think of it all the time? And I started this thread simply with Gemini, also with Claude, where I would talk to the AI and I would tell it my schedule. Like I'd give it a schedule, and then if something came up, it would go ahead and it would adjust it for me. So it would examine the schedule and it would say, okay, today you had heavy squats, but this morning you played intense tennis when a friend called. So this is what you can do instead of heavy squats because your legs have been spent. And then it would go and it would adjust the rest of my schedule for me. And I started noticing that this was a great thing. And I actually started seeing improvement because a lot of time what I would do is if I had a heavy squat day and my buddy called to play hard tennis, I would just go and do my heavy squats. And that would destroy my legs and I wouldn't get the full benefit of it. And with Chaps started going ahead and structuring things so that I could have full recovery, so that I could see maximum benefits. And not only that, I started asking Chaps things like this: training explosiveness safely at 48. And said, okay, let's see what it can really do. And for a guy who's been addicted to cardio all his life, I started seeing some amazing results. For the first time in my life, my first step on the tennis court was all of a sudden a little bit stronger. Not first time in my life, but first time in a few decades. I'd go out, I'd do sprints, and my body felt coordinated. And I was like, wow, this is actually working. And I thought to myself, I need to bring Chaps to the people, but it can't be in this format because this format stinks. I'd actually started off in Claude, and the thread had gotten so big that every time I would ask Claude something, it would actually overrun my free limit. And so I brought it over here to Gemini, where it even can have a bigger context window. But the problem is that going back, scrolling through this is so annoying. I.e., when Chaps makes an adjustment to my schedule, it'll say this, and then I'll talk to it about the workout, and it'll say that. And then I have to scroll back pages and pages and pages to see what I'm supposed to do, when I'm supposed to do, et cetera, et cetera. And the other problem is that AI in this format loses context. And so I thought to myself, what I need to do is build this in a way that keeps the context that's important and always shows me what I need to do. It gives it to me in an easy format, and that is going to be Chaps. That is what I'm going to build. And you might wonder, why am I telling you this early? Well, because I started this channel in the hope of giving back. 5 years ago, I guess you could say I basically had a mental breakdown. And I had a lot of people that really helped me to get outside of myself, to come into this mental space where I was comfortable through meditation, through exercise, and all these things. And so I've been continuously looking for a way to give back. But it's difficult for me because the things that I learned to do with my life, even though they were great techniques, they're not things that I can passionately speak about. But what I can passionately speak about is technology. What I can passionately speak about is working out, because these are two things that I really enjoy. And right now, people have a problem with technology. They don't know how to incorporate it into their lives. It can be very beneficial, but it can also be detrimental. And also people have problems like I do with working out. Maybe it doesn't fit into their schedule. Maybe they don't know what they're doing. Well, I thought I can combine these two and we can work together to build a community of people that are helping each other through using such a technology. So stay tuned. I'm going to be releasing this, and to people that follow this channel, I want to have some of you test it out and give me feedback. It will be coming. I will say, hopefully I'll have a working prototype in just a few days, but otherwise stay tuned, and all of you out there, have a great day. Thank you.